What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted video. Now, it's been a few days since we've done one of these, and in the last video I showed you guys some exclusive gameplay taken from PAX East that showed off a bunch of new features from the game. Well, in today's video I have some more PAX East gameplay, which I'll be showing at the end of today's video, along with an article from Shack News which shows off a bunch of new stuff. Not only shows it off, but it kind of tells us a bunch of new stuff about the game because they had a hands-on preview with it, and they actually spoke with some of the devs, and well, we're going to be breaking that all down in today's video. But of course, if you guys are excited for more FNAF VR videos like this one, be sure to hit that like button down below. Let's get a ton of likes on this video if you guys want to see more breakdowns like this, and if you haven't already, destroy that subscribe button. All right, if you are not subscribed to this channel, you definitely want to do so if you enjoy the content that you see today, because there's going to be a lot of FNAF VR content coming to the channel, and a lot of content that you do not want to miss, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the article first, and then later on, I'll show you guys the gameplay taken from PAX East, but there's a lot of exciting stuff. So anyways, let's start with the first part of the article. This is written by Blake Morse, and I'll have it linked in the description if you guys want to read along with me. But he says, for the last half of a decade, Five Nights at Freddy's has been making gamers let out blood-curdling screams as they're eaten by horrendous animatronic creatures out of a Chuck E. Cheese's nightmare. And soon, players will get a chance to revisit all those precise jump scare memories and make a few new ones as well, as the series makes its VR debut in Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted. I had the opportunity to go hands-on with some of the new content for the upcoming PSVR release. The game is half classic FNAF and half brand new content made just for the VR version. Players will be able to play through the first 4 games in their entirety as they attempt to survive through the evening with a robotic murderer survive the evening without a robotic murder of any sort. The game will also feature a hefty roster of fan favorite creatures like Nightmare On, and who had been previously only been available as the Halloween bonus. Players can also look forward to meeting several new characters along the way and hopefully not get killed by any of them. So just that little part of the section, you know, of the whole story right there is super interesting because he actually gives off a few different details. Now, keep in mind, I don't know if if this is all legit or if this is just him guessing or what, but from my understanding, this guy definitely he played through the game. He says it himself later on, he goes in detail. He played through the game at PAX East. I think he spoke with the developers, so he does know some stuff about the game, and this might all be 100% true, but just take it with a grain of salt because we don't know for sure as a fact. But it's interesting that he says, I mean, you kind of knew this, but he says, half of the game is classic FNAF and half is brand new content. Because if you guys didn't know, there's going to be 40 mini games in total. Apparently 20 of them are going to be stuff that we've played through before, so we're kind of thinking, FNAF 1 through 5, you go through Sister Location, or you have Sister Location there because we've seen Baby and stuff like that in FNAF 4. Of course you have FNAF 2, 3, and 1, so that's kind of what we were expecting. But he does say, he mentions that brand new content made just for the VR version, which is going to be super exciting because, we really don't know what's coming. It's going to be brand new, completely brand new content, which is super exciting. But then he goes on to say, that we're going to be seeing the return of some familiar faces and even some classic, Halloween characters like Nightmare On, which is super exciting because I don't think we've seen that anywhere before. I mean, we saw it in the box art, so we know it's coming, but we haven't really seen gameplay of it. But apparently, he spoke with the developers, and they're saying that there's going to be a section that's going to have Nightmare On in it. But then he goes on to say that players can also look forward to meeting several new characters along the way. So this is where it gets interesting, because I don't know if by new he means new to him or new characters altogether. Because if he means new characters, that could mean we could be getting any animatronic. I mean, we might be getting twist animatronics. I doubt it, but I'm just saying, like, he says the new characters, so he could mean characters as in people, characters as in animatronics. We really don't know, but what I kind of think he means here is probably Spring Bonnie, because we know there's definitely going to be some kind of section in the game with Spring Bonnie. It's probably going to have Fredbear too. But, just him mentioning, new characters, I really do think that's kind of hinting at, he's talking about Spring Bonnie here. He's talking about those kind of new characters. And maybe even that female voice actor. Because if you guys remember, we had a female voice actor that was cast for this game, but we don't know what she's playing a role in. We have no idea. So, to see this could be interesting. I mean, I don't know. Just that little bit of the article really has me intrigued. And also, I forgot to mention this, but they actually posted an image on Twitter. I'll see if I can find it. If I can, I'll have it on screen right now. But it actually reveals that there might be some kind of an ultimate custom night coming to the game. Like, they posted this screenshot, people zoomed it in. It looks like sort of like a character layout for custom night. So, I mean, that's also pretty intriguing. Is this game going to have a custom night? If it does, this is going to be a massive FNAF fan game. What am I saying? A FNAF game. But that's just going to be insane. So what do you guys think? I mean, do you guys think by new characters, does he mean Spring Bunny? Does he mean the new voice actor? Or, you know, is he talking about this ultimate custom night thing that's possibly coming? I don't know. It's all really intriguing right now, and I want to know more. But anyways, let's read the rest of the article. So he says, the 2 mini games I got a chance to sample were very different, but made good use of the VR set up the PS Move controllers, or with the PS Move controllers. In the first mini game, I had to do some simple maintenance on one of the robots, which we've heard of this before, but he does go in detail what you have to do. I had to follow the directions being fed to me precisely, or I would be as good as dead. First, I had to unlatch the faceplate, then remove the eyes in proper order before tuning the creature's guitar to its proper intonation. After I was done with maintenance, it was time to put everything back together in the reverse of the order I took it apart. It's essentially a memory game that forces players to recall the instructions that were given when taking everything apart. Since I didn't know where the jump was going to come from, I was a bit nervous and I accidentally dropped one of the eyes onto the wrong cleaning station. I was immediately turned into robot food, which is one way to find where the jump scare is, I suppose. So just that little section right there, he's talking about the Bonnie minigame, which I've shown you guys gameplay of this on the channel before. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, like I said, link in the description. You got to watch that video. It's super cool. But, you know, obviously you're working on Bonnie. You've got to take out his eyes. I think it's just one eye. It's probably both, though. And then you also have to unlatch his faceplate, which is interesting because we've never heard anyone say that before. But, you know, and then you have to tune his guitar. And then it asks you to do it backwards. So then you have to obviously, you know, untune the guitar, put his eyes back in and put his face back on and stuff like that. And if you mess up, then you lose. Now, that's obviously one of the mini games. So yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting to be able to hear like what we're going to be able to go through and experience later on this month. But then he goes on to say the next mini game I tried put me in the role of maintenance/repair person tasked with fixing the thermostat. I started out in a small room in the middle of a ventilation system as I pulled switches and made adjustments to lever slots that would open to the vents and to the left and right and in front of me as each opened up. So okay, he's basically saying right here that, oh, that's okay, I didn't know it was going to be like that. So he's saying he would open you know, push different levers and stuff like that, and they would open different vent openings, like to the left, the right, and in front, and stuff like that around him. As each opened up, I would have to listen for the sounds of creatures crawling through the vent. If I didn't turn and shine a light on the creature to make it back off, I was as good as dead. I was constantly shifting my view from one side or another as I attempted to finish the task at hand. The most intense part was probably having to reach into the vent and fidget with things because it forced my focus to finish the objective. Okay, so yeah, we've heard of this before. Obviously, it's the Mangle mini game with the vents and stuff like that, but it's interesting. So there's multiple different paths Mangle will actually be taking to get to you. Not only that, but you have to obviously keep your light on it. So you're gonna have to listen. You're gonna hear this thing moving all around you. If you hear it, I guess, too loud while you're working on the vent, you have to shine your light at it, get it to go away from you, and obviously leave you alone. And he just kind of says, you know, how hard that is because you're working on a vent while also listening, panicking, and stuff like that, and it just all kind of combines together into one terrifying experience. And that's just one of the mini games, by the way. Then he goes on to finish the article by saying, while my hands-on time with Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted was just a small taste of what the full experience has to offer, it definitely hit the right marks as far as capturing the essence of the series. All the intensity and suspense is there and will most likely be amplified for a lot of fans through VR immersion. Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted is scheduled for a spring 2019 release for PSVR. And that's where he kind of ends it right there. So once again, it's just an interesting article. I mean, some of the stuff he mentions at the beginning, you know, talking about how there's going to be several new characters along the way. We still, like I said, don't know what he can mean by that, but that's interesting. Also, the fact that, you know, he says the game is half classic FNAF and half brand new content, which we, like I said, we have heard about that. It's going to be 20 new mini games. 20 mini games are going to take place and stuff in places that we've been before. We also know that there's a nightmare mode coming, which I covered in another article and a few other things. So if you have the chance to check those out, definitely do so. But just the way he like describes these mini games, they sound terrifying. They sound really, really exciting and cool, and I cannot wait to play them. I really do hope Scott does release, or I guess it's not really up to Scott, but Steelwool Studios, I really do hope they release this demo over on the PlayStation Store. I think it'd be perfect. I mean, literally, PAX East just ended. If they could release that on there, it would literally be the best thing ever. I'd love to play it, even though, like, we've seen gameplay of it, it'd still be really cool. Now let's get to the second part of today's video. So like I said, we have some new gameplay of FNAF VR taken at PAX East. I'll have the link in the description to the guy who actually, you know, uploaded this, but you definitely want to check it out. He shows off a bunch of new stuff in this video. Head over to his channel, hit that subscribe button if you guys want on his channel, because I guess he has, you know, a few different videos for FNAF VR. But one of the ones he shows about, and the one that I want to show you guys today, it shows off a few different really cool things. So if you guys didn't know, at the end of the mini games for the plushies demo, it'd bring you back to a little table and it'd be like, are you sure you want to quit, or back to the main menu or something like that, and there's a button in front of you. If you press that button, you would get a random jump scare, and it, you know, it appears to be like, most of the time it was Bonnie, and that's kind of the one that I always saw. But what he gets, or she, I don't really know which one, they get a toy Chica jump scare, which you've never seen before, and it's super cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it right now. So that was the Toy Chica jump scare. Once again, it's really short. It's something cool. I've never seen this before, but there's not even a Toy Chica level in the FNAF VR plushies demo, I'm pretty sure. So it would be interesting if they release this demo to the public. I would definitely be spam pressing that quit button, because I want to see, because I mean, if you have the chance of getting, you know, a Toy Chica jump scare, you could have a chance of getting a jump scare from just about anyone, which would be really cool. Like, let's say you can get like a Fredbear or a Spring Bonnie jump scare. That could be very, very exciting. So if this is released publicly to everybody, you guys got to be sure to try that out, because I'm sure there'd be some kind of secret there, some kind of animatronic jump scare that you could get, and it would be super, super cool. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna end this video here. That's all the FNAF VR Help Wanted news that we have currently. Like I said, I'm not gonna be making these every day, but whenever we have enough news to kind of compile it all together and make it into a video for you guys, obviously I'm gonna do so. But if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, because like I said, you want to stay up to date with FNAF VR news and stuff like that, and you don't want to miss the upcoming content, so be sure to go ahead and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.